Hello Libra, thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, the Magical Spell oracle cards by Lucy Cavendish. Alright, we already shuffled. Let's get into it. First part is going to be relationships, second part is going to be singles. I'm already tripping on my tongue, which is making me wonder why. Sometimes it's funny. When I start a reading, I get fun little tics and ew, hair in my mouth. Gross. I love my cat, but I don't love his hair in my mouth. I'm just going to be a little bit presumptuous. This looks really, really good. So we'll see where this is going, but that's it. That's it. Okay. Now, what this is, like, this is in your spiritual position, the Nine of Wands. It's kind of like, it's almost like you're done with the current chapter and you're wondering what's going to result as of a circumstance to this situation. For some reason, this card, a lot of times this card, the way it's depicted, makes me feel like the first chapter is done, or a current chapter. I feel it's better to say current in this situation. The current chapter is finished, and it's on to the next chapter. Still in the same book, it's just this part is done. And I'm getting with you got the Hermit card with the Beauty here. Now the Hermit is like, alright, this chapter's done. What's going on with the second chapter? What do I have to look forward to in the second chapter? And the Beauty card is usually like being a little self-conscious or confident? Conscious. Lacking confidence. Lacking confidence, but you should have it, I guess you should say. There's no reason for you to lack confidence, but it seems like you do. How's that? It's just the way the last chapter worked out, it was fairly good. I feel like it was fairly good. I don't feel anything really bad, but I feel like you're kind of nervous about what's coming next. There's some factors that are kind of like wild cards that are part of this next chapter. You're just not sure if it's going to be okay, if it's going to be a little bit boring, or if it's going to be a little bit hopping. So, but I feel like the thing here is, with the Beauty, I feel like you're kind of like, you're thinking you should take a back seat to it, or maybe you'll just kind of sit this one out type feel. Like you just kind of want to fade back on this one. And the Beauty is saying, don't fade back. You're very important here. This is good for you. Make sure you engage in the next chapter as it's coming in. Now, the Beauty here, I'm feeling also, your partner may have been a little harsh to you recently. I don't really feel it was bad, but I feel like they might have said something a little biting. Yeah, when I'm seeing this Ace of Swords, I feel like this is definitely denoting a change into this next chapter. But whatever it is that they said, it was a bit biting, but I feel like it had its effect. Whatever you needed to know from that, you got it. The message loud and clear. And I feel like that's another thing with the Beauty on your side. Like, whatever your partner said, it made you feel a little bit diminished. It was a little bit, it wasn't the best thing to hear. But whatever you needed to hear from it, whatever you needed to get from it, message heard loud and clear. You seem to have responded to whatever was upsetting them. It feels like upsetting them. And they're letting it go. I feel like whatever they said, I feel like it came through a little sharp. I really do. But their attitude towards it is like, I said my piece. It feels like you got the message. They're just, unless there's a reason where they have to come back to this subject, they're going to let it be. Okay. Now, I do see the challenge cards. The one on your partner's side is strength. The one on your side is the Ten of Wands. Whatever they said, it bothered you a little bit is what I'm getting. But I'm getting you can work through this. You'll be fine. It does seem to take a little concentration for you to keep an eye out for whatever it was they said, whatever problem they had with you. It wasn't that bad, but it's one of those things where maybe it's a little hard for you to keep a hold of. But you were definitely it's in your mindset, you're keeping a hold of it. You're keeping it taken care of. You're not letting this you're not letting this go out of focus. And your partner is kind of like, their strength is like they're leaving you alone. Until they see a reason to believe that whatever they said didn't have an effect, it feels like they're leaving you alone on the subject. It feels a little like, I'm like, is this okay? Because it feels like they're kind of like, something they were upset about, they got you with some harsh words, and you're doing your best to not cross that line. Right or wrong, you just don't want to cross that line. You're just kind of like, I don't need that fight. I don't want to have that fight. And I feel what they're saying here also is your partner is really just, they're keeping an eye out. They're definitely holding to their words, or I don't know if they said that or not, but they're not bothering you. As long as you don't cross that line, everything's A-okay. Which seems simple. I hope that's not too simple, because I think you get the point. You, on the other hand, you have the Justice card, and you're realizing, as long as I stay on this side, as long as I don't cross that line, we're all good. Everything is fine. There's no problems. So it feels like you're okay with this. It does. And I'm noticing here, as this goes on especially, your partner definitely loves you, has a lot of love going towards you. It seems very supportive. I feel like you're just a little nervous that, how rigid is this line? How rigid is it? That's how it feels. I feel like your partner prefers not to argue. Prefers. We'll stand up if they feel like that line is being crossed. But if they can believe that you're really not, which I don't feel like you're gonna, whatever that line is, whatever it is, they're like, don't cross this line. You're not. And I feel like they don't want to be angry about it. So I feel like they're also seeming to over time, they're realizing they might have been a bit harsh. And I'm getting a lot of love. The Lovers is in their spiritual position. They definitely love you. Knight of Cups is where they're standing. They are sharing love with you. They are being loving towards you. I feel like you're just nervous because of like the harsh words that were said. If this is hitting, that's what I feel like this is all about, to be honest. Now, this card where you're standing, this situation can pass by really quick. This moment doesn't have to last very long. I don't feel like it's hard for you not to cross that line. Whatever this line is, whatever the problem is, I don't feel like that's hard for you to deal with. I feel like it's just the way it came at you seems to be the most upsetting thing. But I feel like this is going to pass pretty quickly is what I'm getting. It doesn't seem to have to be an issue very long. And I'm getting like, your partner, what helps them is just to keep going with the situation, not make a big deal about it, just keep moving with the momentum, keep going with the loving attitude. They just seem to take like, I don't want to say passive-aggressive because they're not being aggressive, but they're just kind of taking like, I don't know, it's kind of like a boat going down the river, and the river has its own current. They're just kind of going down, they're going forward, but the situation has its own momentum. They're just riding it out. They're just riding it out. That's what I'm getting from this card. They're just kind of riding it out. And you, what helps you, that's what helps them, is to just write it out. What helps you is to just engage in that love. Just connect with the love your partner has with you. Just enjoy that love. This will skate by fairly quickly. Your partner wants it to sail by too. So I feel like you're on the same page. They just want it to just kind of go on. They're not pushing it down the river. They're just kind of going with it. And it's moving on its own. It just seems like this is passing like water under the bridge. You seem, as long as you can, what helps you is just to connect with them in that loving nature. It makes it that much easier for it just to pass by. You feel better, they feel better, it moves on. Done? That was easy. That wasn't that bad. There might have been a rough spot here, I get that, but I feel like that ends pretty well. Did I show you these cards? I don't know if I showed you these cards, but this is the harsh words I got from them and them letting it go, in case you wanted to see them. I was looking at them and talking about them. Sorry. I don't know if I showed them all. I hope I did. What do we got for Libras that are single? Let's do single Libras. Messages for single Libras. Empowering messages for single Libras that show them the truth of the situation, help them see where the situation is going, and help them decide if this is for them or not. Give them options to do what they need to do to make the situation what they want it to be. Are we done? Okay. You got the Fool card at the bottom, and it was pushing at me, so that's why I'm going to... The Fool card at the bottom. Optimistic? Are you optimistic? Feels like you're very optimistic, and you might be through most of this situation. My first thought is... Okay. My first thought, honestly, is where you've been is where you're going. Where you've been is where you're going. Okay. I don't think that's good. All right, so we're going to start with where you've been. This situation, somebody is like, I don't know, somebody's around you. They seem to be affecting you. But I'm getting like, there's the devil in the past. Now, I don't feel good about this in the sense of like, this is like a red flag devil. This is what I'm feeling with this. Like something is really wrong. This connection is not, no. I feel like this is bad, and I feel like you see this person, if you don't have the concrete evidence, like you have that, either you have that inner feeling or you have, through word of mouth, you've got a heads up about something about this person. Something, it's red flag territory though. I get like, this is a showstopper. This is a no-go. This is a we can't do this. This is not for me. This is bad. This is toxic. Let's leave it at toxic. Now, I feel like either you have the heads up or there's somehow, you know, either you have the heads up or something else. It could be just the internal twinge, like something deep inside you says, don't do this. Don't go this way. And whatever's going on with this person, they got the Temperance card. They seem to be just waiting it out. I don't feel good about this. Granted, this is not for everybody. I get that. This is a general read. This person, I don't like the energy here. I'm going to be flat out honest. If this reading ends up hitting with you, this is a very negative energy. I'm going to be honest. Now, for whatever reason it's negative, I don't think it matters, quite frankly, because it's not, the energy coming towards you is not good. But I feel like they've got your attention. For some reason, they've got your attention. And I feel what you're doing with the Three of Pentacles at the top is like you're trying to be fair. You're trying to give this person a fair shot. Something about them is, you're attracted to them. You seem to like something about them, and you want to give them a fair shake, is what I'm getting. I'm just going to say it's okay. Like I've heard this saying before, and I very much believe it. It's okay to have an open mind. Just don't have such an open mind that your brain falls out. Just be careful. Be very, very cautious. Like, especially if you have that red flag and you know, if you've heard something, you know, just plan just in case that's the truth. If you're getting that inner twinge that something isn't right, like plan this out. Like have a plan B. If you go out on a date with this person, maybe you want to drive, or maybe you want to meet them at the same place. You want to make sure that you have, if something doesn't go right, you have your out and you're okay. That's all I'm saying. Because this is red flag devil. He's not usually like that, but I'm feeling red flag here. And I feel like you're either getting that twinge or you have some type of know-how. If this is hitting, that's kind of what's kind of clicking this in. Because you want to give this person a fair shake. All right, it makes sense. The thing is, you got the Hanged Man where you're standing. It's like, I feel like if this is hitting with you, I feel like the inner part of you is just saying, please don't. I feel like some part of you is going, please don't. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. So you want to give this person a fair shake. A part of you, I really feel like a part of you is saying, don't go forward with this. I feel like this is your inner voice saying, don't. But you're having a hard time letting it go. Part of you really wants to give them a shot, and another part of you is like, no. It's because I feel like these two are balancing each other off. Like overall, you're really giving this person, you want to find out the truth about what they're like. But where you're standing, you're not able to go left or right. You're not able to walk away, but you're not able to go forward. You're not able to walk away because you just want to give this person a chance. You're not able to go forward because that piece of you is just saying, don't do this. Don't do this. Now, to be fair, what I have in the center is the Empress and the Three of Cups. The two of these together is telling me you're having a good time with this person, and you're feeling like you're in control. Everything seems fine. I don't feel like the problem is coming forward at this point. I really, really don't. I feel like right now everybody's on their best behavior. This person seems to be minding their P's and Q's. I'm getting you're having a good time. It feels like there's a good time socially. I feel like everything looks like it's on the up and up. And I feel like you got the Empress card here. Like, you know what? I don't see anything going wrong. I feel like giving people a fair chance is the right thing to do. Emotionally, I feel like you're connecting with this person. Like, yes, there may have been problems with this person in the past, but, everybody grows, and you want to believe the best. You're trying to believe the best in this person. It's going well. And I feel like at the bottom here, you got the Two of Wands, because, like, you're actually toying with the idea, like, could there be a future with this person? Could I become more involved with this person? You're toying with that idea. You're not jumping forward with that just yet. You're not feeling like that's the right thing, but you are considering the idea. And you're like, I'm getting to know this person. I'm not seeing these bad things. I'm not seeing anything really bad. Whether it's something you've heard or just that inner feeling, you're like, I'm not seeing anything to support that. Maybe that's who they were in the past and there's somebody else now. You're giving this person the benefit of the doubt. You still need to be careful. The next thing that comes in is the King of Pentacles and the Victory. Now the Victory is telling me that things seem on the up and up. You feel like this person really is a good person, and you're just kind of like, if it's something you've heard, or if that's inner feeling, you're feeling the way you're seeing things, what you're seeing from this person, you're like, no, I feel like this is going really well. I'm feeling respected. I'm feeling listened to. I like how it feels. This person just seems to do everything the way I want them to do it. This person seems to say everything I want to hear. If that's what they're doing, if they're saying everything you seem to want to hear, everything you want to hear, that's a warning sign. Because that's a rarity. Just be careful. Be careful. Think about this. Because this feels like this is setting you up for the fall, to be honest. The Victory is telling me you're getting what you want at this point, but with the King of Pentacles, I'm getting like, it feels like a leopard doesn't change his spots. Is that how that term goes? Like, they might get a little lighter or darker at times, but they're still there. I'm getting the King of Pentacles is saying this person is still the person who they were. They really haven't changed. And the Victory is telling me it feels like a victory for them. They're keeping up the ruse. And there's a reason I'm going towards this. It's not only because the Devil's in the past. Your final outcome card is the Ten of Swords. After that moment, it's going to come to the moment where they feel like they have you. They feel like they have you in their claws, and you're locked into them. They feel like they got a grasp on you, a pretty good grasp on you, and that you bought the whole thing hook, line, and sinker. That's when things start to go south. And the fairness of this is, once it starts going south, you need to get out quick. Because when it starts, it's only the tip of the iceberg. And if you know anything about icebergs, only the tip shows, like, you only get this much showing above the water, and you got this much below. Like, there's a lot more. Get out when you first see those bad signs. Get right out. Because I feel like you're going to give this person a chance. Ten of Swords hits, you're devastated because it goes bad. Realize that's not just a temporary slip-up. This is the truth. This is the tip of the iceberg. It gets a lot worse if you stay. Walk away right away. Done? That's the message. That's the message. Okay, I'm going to let that be. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.